Hotep fam, Hotep. Brother Kevin X, back at you again. This is part two of Exodus Debunked. And what I trying to get across is that you can't have these Jewish people. What I have here is some Jewish history. And you can find this in your encyclopedia, Jewish history, or Wikipedia. And let me read a little bit of this for you. It says Jewish history, or the history of the Jewish people, is the history of the Jews and their religion and culture as it developed and interacted with other peoples' religions and cultures. According to Jewish tradition, Jewish ancestry is traced back to the biblical patriarchs Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who lived in Canaan around the 18th century BCE. Historically, Jews had evolved mostly from the tribe of Judah and Simon, and partially from the other Israelite tribes, especially of Benjamin, which would have been Benjamin, and Levi, who had all together formed the ancient kingdom of Judah and the ancient kingdom of Israel. The earliest mention of Israel as a people was found inscribed on the Merneptah stele dating back to 1213 to 1203 BCE. They could have not been in the Exodus story of the Bible. Couldn't have been in it. 75. Yeah, I'm going with this again. But it's blurry, but get your Bible. Like I told you, it's in 1706 BCE. Exodus story in the Bible. I'm not kidding about this stuff. This would have been the 13th dynasty or 14th dynasty, Egypt. There's no mention of any of these people. No, none of these people. Levi, Benjamin, Dan, none of them. Ephraim, none of them. These people did not exist at that time. Somebody put a lie on us, and we think that these people actually escaped from Egypt. You can't have these people escaping from Egypt in the Bible when they was not born yet. And I'm going to keep specifying that, because when you have grown men walking around here on this planet talking about they Hebrew Israelites and trying to put their self in the Bible and they wasn't born yet, that's ridiculous. Wearing costumes and stuff, howling at people in the street, reading out the Bible like you came from there. The Jews wasn't even born yet. Wasn't no 12 tribes and no Israel. If it was, they came late, much, much later. And they might even be lying about the other dates, because these dynasties, like I said, it's over 30 dynasties, and these dynasties go thousands of years old, much older than the Bible. Somebody was trying to hide our African history, and for the most part, they did a good job in doing this. They messed up a lot of people's minds. A lot of people think these Jews actually escaped and went in the wilderness and stayed for 40 years, and a 500-year-old man built a boat, and it's ridiculous. Archaeologists and Egyptologists and other historians have done research all around these areas where these people, it should have been maybe about 2 million people, had abandoned Egypt, went into exile, left Egypt. Why would you leave a place that got everything? You know, it's got everything. Food. They told this story wrong and tried to seem like Egypt was a bad place. These people came out of the land of Canaan, you know, which black people was there. They formed out of Canaan and Palestine. That's how these Jewish people formed in 1200 BC. They don't come till after that. The first Jewish people was being formed about 1500 BC, so they said, you know. And you can't put them in another time period in the Bible when they was not there. You can't do it. It's a false story. We've been blind about this. We need to wake up. Do your history on this, and do it well. It's your Jewish history. Find out when these people was here, and like I said, get It's very important and very key to have a reference Bible. These older Bibles, if you find somebody, parents might have old Bibles that have the years at the top of the chapters. They have the years that these people were supposed to have done these things. You're going to find out that these years were wrong. You know, they were very, very wrong. You had some people later on in life try to put themselves in the time, place, and the history that they had no business being at. Didn't know anything about it. And then once they enslaved the people, they changed that history, you know, and then put it on us and got us all around here acting crazy. They had a good movie out. I don't know if I said this in my other videos, but it was about this new movie out called The 12 Tribes. 12 Years of Being a Slave. And in this movie, there's 2 episodes where they show 2 scenes of the slave owner preaching the scriptures to the slaves, and they sitting on the ground in the field, and he's standing up teaching them the scriptures. And the movie Django, they had an actor, he had scriptures pinned onto his shirt, whipping a black woman with scriptures. They beat this stuff into us. And then later on, what they did was they trained that house nigga to do the same thing the slave owners was doing with that Bible. And what you see in the churches today is that pastor mimicking the slave owner. And he done that to keep them niggas in check. You actually think somebody's going to set you free, you know, after keeping you enslaved over thousands of years? Your mind is not free. Your mind is still enslaved in this book that don't belong to you. You can't find your way in this book. It's not our African spirituality in this book. No matter how much you read it, you're not going to never get your African spirituality. Yeah, and I told you so. But you have to do your history on this. By the time that the Israels came into being, it was the 18th dynasty. You know, it was like they were like late in the game. They came down much late. They were like, we leaving from the Middle Kingdom. Here you'll see your early dynastic, your Old Kingdom, your first intermediate, and then your Middle Kingdoms, which went from 2134 BC to 1991 BC. These people still wasn't even in the picture yet. You know, and that's the 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th dynasties. You know, and that's why in the Bible it didn't even name the Pharaoh that was there. But Mentuhotep was one of the first ones of them. But there were others in all of those dynasties, you know, because they lasted for thousands of years, and we need to look into that. You know, and I just wanted to let you know this, and I'm going to be coming back shortly with a part 3, and I'm going to finish this. Till next time, Hotep.